Would you rather spend more time cooking or eating? For most people, the answer is easy, which is why when you crack open the menu at your local eatery, there's one dish you should look to first. If you're eating out, you might think that anything on the menu is sure to be delicious, especially if you're dining at a fancier establishment. But it turns out, there are some dishes that chefs avoid when going to a restaurant. This includes skipping over caprese salad when it's out of season, and Anthony Bourdain's advice against ordering any meat well done because it's more likely you're getting a bad cut of meat. So what do chefs like to order when they eat out at restaurants? Since chefs spend their days cooking, it's no surprise that they want to relax on their days off and skip the extra prep time with their own meals. This is the reason that Chopped judge Chris Santos almost always orders out his cassoulet. Similarly, executive sous chef Oliver Keegan told Insider that he always orders braised meat when he eats out because it takes such a long time to prepare, and he would rather spend his time catching up on household chores. While the braising process can vary depending on what kind of meat you're cooking, it's safe to assume that it'll take at least 2 hours to finish cooking your meal. Food Network's Guide to Braising estimates that it'll take anywhere from 90 minutes to 3 hours for the meat to finish cooking. According to Keegan, braising meat takes at least 4 hours and can even take up to 24 hours if someone decides to use the sous vide method. Braising meat leads to more tender bites, and it takes time for the collagen in the meat to break down into gelatin. So don't try to raise the temperature and speed up the cooking time. On the flip side, it is possible to overcook meat while braising. That being said, leaving your meat in the pot for a few extra minutes won't be the end of the world. But just be sure to set a timer or keep an eye on the clock when you step away. Now, if you have a full day off and want to spend your time cooking, braise away! You could try preparing red wine braised short ribs or a classic braised sirloin tip roast. However, if you want to save time and still enjoy a delicious braised meat dish, do as the chefs do and order out. Scanning a menu for the items that are the most difficult or time-consuming to create at home really makes the treat of going out to eat worth it. So what are some dishes that you should be looking for? Braised short ribs are always a hit, often served with something creamy like mashed potatoes as a base to anchor a rich, reduced sauce. Short ribs usually take around 4 hours to prepare. The Milanese dish Asobuco is a great option if you go to an Italian establishment. This braised dish uses cross-cut lamb shanks and vegetables like onions, carrots, and celery. The bone marrow creates a luxurious sauce when cooked with wine and broth. A finished ossobuco is traditionally topped with a classic gremolata to add brightness and acidity. Any kind of Sunday gravy that an Italian joint would serve opens the door to another delicious braised meat dish. These tomato-based sauces simmer for hours with a combination of pork and beef cuts, like pork shoulder and sausage. At a Mexican restaurant, birria is the way to go. Made with goat, beef, or lamb, the meat is braised in a spicy, chili-laden dark red broth. Birria is usually served in tacos or quesadillas, also called quesadilla tacos, with a bowl of braising liquid, served alongside for dunking. Chicken adobo can't be missed if you're at a Filipino restaurant. Dark meat chicken is braised in a tangy and aromatic combination of soy sauce, rice vinegar, black pepper, and bay leaf. The glazed and tender chicken is served over rice. Coq van, which translates to rooster in wine in English, calls for braising chicken with pearl onions, mushrooms, and of course, lots of full-bodied red wine. Moroccan tagine cooking often employs braising too. A chicken tagine could be made in any number of ways, but will likely include lots of warm spices like saffron, cinnamon, and turmeric. Vegetarians and vegans rejoice!
Yay!
As vegetables can be braised too. Think about succulent braised beans and yummy stewed collard greens. No matter what you're craving, ordering a slow-cooked dish while you're out at a restaurant saves you time and ensures that a chef takes care to carefully develop those flavors before serving.